Alright everybody, welcome. This is Tech here. I'm doing another quick video here on Path of Exile. Actually, I'm doing this, this will be a fairly short video. I'm mainly doing this video because they released a new patch today. Actually, I saw two patches come out in the last 2 days, but they've upgraded to what is their 0.9.4, and it actually had a ton of improvements and changes and new things that they've added. One thing is supposedly these zombies move a lot faster, but they have to change the animation. Before, the zombie would never keep up with me. Wow, he is going fast, isn't he? As you remember, this is my witch character, who is kind of like a... I'm playing it like an ice mage, kind of. Just kind of go through here a little bit. I'll show you a couple things though that clear this hallway out here. Well, he does haul butt, doesn't he? It makes it much more useful though, because before they were so slow they wouldn't even keep up with you. So that's definitely a good change. Ooh, a large life flask. There we go. Yeah, that's not bad. A couple things that they improved a lot of things though. I mean, it just shows you how active these guys are and making some really great changes from what I've seen so far. But they did some little graphic touch-up changes. They did a bunch of balance changes, and one of the biggest things they did, if I can get out of combat here for a minute. Looks like we ran into a room with a bunch of guys in here. One thing, let's see if he can handle himself for a second, is they did some changes to the passive skill tree. A couple big things in particular. I'm getting hit. Let's go in here and clear this room out, and then maybe I can show you. Let's see if he stands still for a second. Alright, there we go. Maybe they'll be alright for a second. They made some really nice changes to the passive skill tree. In particular, one thing they did is they took out, they cut out some of the I guess I don't know what you actually call it, but the actual skill nodes. So whereas before, to go this length here, this might have been like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. Now it's 3. So that they've made it where it's quicker to get around. I mean, if you go back and look at my last video, you'll see what I'm talking about, where some of these long stretches here had 1 or 2 extra nodes in them. So now you can kind of get around faster. The other thing they added is these new abilities here, which I forget the name that they used for them. I forget the name that they used for them, but they're like kind of, I don't know, heroic, passives or something to that effect. And there's a couple of them in different places on the tree, so that you can kind of streamline and go for them. And they're placed on the tree, sort of towards the areas where the classes that would need them. So, for instance, I'm a witch here, and I start from here, and up here, kind of on my side. I mean, this one's close by, but gain endurance charge. That's not something for me. I don't think. But you have one here which is really neat. Minion instability. Basically when a minion dies, they explode. They do a corpse explosion sort of thing, which is pretty cool. And then over here you have something for hexes, which I don't think I have any hexes yet, but they never expire. So I guess that's probably good once I get into that. Here your energy shield converts to mana, so I guess when you're out of mana, then it'll start siphoning from your energy shield. So they're just kind of like a bit more significant bonuses that they've added into it. And of course, remember, this is beta, so none of this stuff is final, but so that's pretty neat. They give you a little bit more to work towards. If you remember from my last video, I'm kind of doing the cold damage stuff, and they did refund the points after this change because it was such big changes here, adding all these new things in. But as you remember from the last video, I was kind of shooting up through here doing spell damage and then getting some cold stuff. And I'm still kind of doing the same thing. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of work over here towards this minion instability one. Although I am going to put a point in here. Probably my next point I'm going to put right here on additional minions, so I can have 2 pets, and then kind of cruise along this intelligence line right like here, and then hit that. So you figure probably I need to make about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more levels. So, and then I'll be at that, and then just kind of go from there. But they did a lot of other changes. They did some cleanup on some menu stuff. Show you a couple other quick things. I think the character screen they might have cleaned up and did a few little things with. On the inventory, I know one thing they did, one change that they actually made on items is the gems now have some gems have requirements on it. So that's going to actually change things and I think differentiate the classes a little more. If you remember from my last video where I talked about that, but if you like look, for instance, look at this ability right here, Freezing Pulse, the box here on the right, you'll see now that it has up there, it has required level 12, but then it also has required intelligence 28. So they're actually putting some stat requirements. You know, here for instance on this elemental hit gem, you can see dexterity is required 28. So I imagine as you start getting up to the higher levels of these abilities, if you just don't, if you're playing a ranger and you're trying to use ice spear, your intelligence is gonna run low for that. So it's not gonna be your primary deal. Whereas with the witch it may be. Another thing they added, which I'm still not real clear on because I've just been playing with it a little bit today, is they did add some stuff with where these gems level up, and little boxes pop up down here where you actually have to click a button to level them up. And I think that is going to play along with the stat requirements, because what's going to happen is you may be able to level, see elemental hit here is level 5, and you know, maybe I may be able as a witch to be able to level it up so far, but eventually I may hit a point where I don't have enough dexterity. See, my dexterity is 28 right now, and this is exactly 28. So when this is ready to level again, I may not have the dexterity to do that. So I think that's where a little bit of the class differentiation is going to come in down the road a little bit. So that's another big change that they made, was adding some of those stat requirements to the actual gems. Let's identify that. Dispels frozen and chilled. Okay, that's interesting. May actually use that instead of one of these generic medium ones, I guess. So, kind of go around here and kill a few more things, just show you a little bit more of the combat for just a minute or two. Whoa. Kind of just throw some spears through here and let them hit guys. There we go, we got a level. That was some good tunneling or funneling, I guess you'd say. Well, here, let's go ahead and do this, and let's get our extra minion. There we go. So now Fred can have a buddy. Yeah, alright. What do we got over here? Oh, we got some... Here we go, we got some special mobs. That was basically kind of like a unique mob or elite mob. That wasn't like, say, a boss, for instance. It was just more of an elite mob, basically. Goat horn, that's a wand. I think I lost one of my guys there. I didn't even notice it. Two of them tear that guy up. That's good. But anyway, like I said, the game's coming along good. Ooh, the prison. There we go. There's a... I think that's where one of the areas where I'm supposed to be going for my quest. Jade Amulet. We'll pick that up. Let's poke our heads in there for the video real quick, just so you guys can see a new area. Okay, so we came from the lower prison, and now we're in the prison. I think the quest I had was for the upper prison, so... Kill these guys, get some zombies out. Alright, a couple of these guys are taking some good hits here. I don't know what level these are. I didn't notice it when I first came in up. Out of mana. I'm definitely burning through some mana there. That guy throwing them fireballs out of there. I tell you, these guys must be a little bit higher level, because they're definitely making me burn some mana and taking the zombies out. Where'd they go? Didn't see anything interesting back here. Arm guard. Oh, that's like a bracer. Yeah. Let's kind of look over this way a little bit. Like I said, this it's a fun game. I mean, if you like you like your action RPGs, this is a pretty fun game. Oh, there we go. There we go. That was a good angle. That was a real good angle. Yeah, supposedly they increased the drop rate of some of these, the orbs and things like that too. I mean, it was a huge patch, so a lot of big improvements, a lot of changes. So, anyway, there we go. Again, Path of Exile in beta, lots of changes, lots of updates, and thanks for watching. And if you're definitely interested in seeing more Path of Exile footage, please be sure to thumbs up and you know, leave a comment if you want, asking any questions, and I'll try to get another video up fairly soon. And again, as far as other videos on the site, I am working on some Sword of the Stars 2. Sword of the Stars 2 just had a huge patch, so I am looking at maybe getting a Let's Play on that as well. And then, of course, Star Wars The Old Republic is coming up, and I'm going to be doing a special series on that with a friend, so that's a couple other things to be looking for. But anyway, thanks for watching.